Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to cover a story that's definitely going to go a little bit under the radar, but I do want to bring it to light, and I get it. It's of a franchise that a lot of you guys don't care about, Atelier. Oh my god, why is he covering these weeb games again? And yes, like, Atelier is very much in the sector, deep within the JRPG sphere, where if you're a hardcore JRPG fan, you're aware of Atelier as a franchise, although Yumiya did do a fairly good job of expanding that franchise's appeal, I feel, to a wider audience, but still, it's a very, very niche JRPG series, but those that are into it really do enjoy it, and mechanically, they are pretty unique games, and a lot of people really do like them, and unfortunately, there's some stuff going on where the original Atelier Ryza games are being delisted this November, with the DX versions releasing that week. The DX versions are improved versions of the game. Now, you know, you can have your opinions on the games getting delisted, but to make matters even worse, for those of you that bought the original Atelier Ryza games, there will be no upgrade path for you to actually buy the new editions. You have to pay full price for it, so we'll talk about that. On top of that, Mafia the Old Country is officially out. I want to give you guys my early thoughts on the game. It's exactly what I wanted. I'm loving the game. I'll talk that at the end of this video, but first of all, we gotta cover the Atelier Ryza story, because this is a story that not a lot of people are gonna cover. It's gonna go under the radar because it's a franchise not a lot of people care about, especially on the PC side of things, but Tecmo Koei has updated the store pages for Atelier Ryza, Ever Darkness and the Secret Hideout, Atelier Ryza 2, and Atelier Ryza 3. All of those games will be getting delisted in November to make way for the DX versions of the games coming out. Now, the DX versions are going to introduce new content, new characters, things of that nature. They're improved versions of the game, and right now, there's a Tecmo Koei sale going on. Well, it's a Dynasty Warriors 25th anniversary sale, but Atelier Ryza, each individual game is priced at $60. Mind you, they would go on sale fairly regularly. You know, they wouldn't see the deepest discounts in the world, but they'd be 50% off, 60% off for the older ones, etc., etc. These niche JRPGs just tend to hold up in price. So, a lot of people paid premium prices for these games. Maybe not the full $60, but $20, $25, $18, around that range. And they have these games, and now you have the improved versions of these games coming out, and they're going to be delisting the existing games. They're going to be posting the upgraded versions. No upgrade path for those of you that own the existing games, and it's going to juice up the price points of these games. Now, I don't know what these are going to be priced at. I would imagine around the $50 range. You know, that's a hefty price to pay when you already own the base game. Like, at the very least, give us an upgrade and an upgrade path. And that happened with Space Marine Remastered recently, where that came out at $39.99, and I made a video crapping all over Space Marine Remastered. Some people pushed back on that, but ultimately, what happened? Oh, the developers came back, or the publisher came back, and they realized, yeah, we kind of effed up on this. Existing owners should get a refund, and they completely adjusted the price point of that game. I don't think Tecmo Koei is going to adjust anything. Tecmo Koei has a track record of, first of all, really bad PC versions. We saw that with Atelier Yumiya. That version was really bad, and I just don't think they're in tune with what the PC audience wants. By the way, Rise of the Ronin, that was another game that was a pretty bad PC version, and Rise of the Ronin's a game that you would think would resonate with a PC audience and would, you know, cater to a more Western audience as well, that style of open world game. Atelier Ryza is a super niche franchise that this story is just not going to get covered enough for Tecmo Koei to even care about them doing it, but I'm going to bring it to light because I think it's absolutely whack that they are doing this, and again, it's going to be like a $50 release, and mind you, this also gives them an opportunity to just juice up the price point. They're not going to offer discounts as quickly. Ubisoft did the same thing with Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered. When that came out, they delisted the original Assassin's Creed 3, and it kind of just juiced up the price point of Assassin's Creed 3 for a while. You know, most people aren't going to pick up on these things. Not me. When I cover deals and prices all the time, you know your boy's going to pick up on these things and the tactics that some of these publishers do. Look, we all do some slime ball tactics. I do my tactics with, you know, clickbait and all this nonsense, but come on, man. Well, why we gotta at least not offer an upgrade path? I think offer an upgrade path. Let people that own the games pay $10 for it, or let people buy the original experiences cheaper. No, they're delisting the original experience, so goodbye to those, and then the DX version is the only version you can buy. Again, maybe I'm bugging out about this a little bit too much. You guys are going to be like, who gives a damn about Atelier Ryza? But the thing is, other publishers can look at a practice like this and then follow up. And they literally did that earlier this year with Warhammer Space Marine, and that game was cooked initially. And, you know, that upgrade was rather terrible, but I digress. You get the idea of why I'm bugging out. But a story that deserves some attention, and I think it's absolutely lame. All right, how about some positive news? Mafia the Old Country is out. Currently, it's got 1,700 reviews on Steam, 82% positive. Let me look up my Steam counter right now. I'm 4.5 hours into the game. I'm loving the game. Yo, I get it. It's gonna be a shorter game, but for me, I don't need every game to be 50 hours. I don't need every game to be even 30 hours. A tighter, linear, narrative-driven experience that has incredible voice acting, great visuals, great characters. Sign me up all day for that. I get it that maybe the audience for a game like this isn't as big as you would want. I mean, right now on Steam, the game's got 31,000 concurrent players, and unfortunately, this would put this below the peak concurrent count of Mafia 3. Mafia 3 peaked at north of 40,000 concurrent players, but hopefully people on consoles check it out. Hopefully this is a game that over time, as it goes on sale, people will end up picking it up, because I think it's really, really well done, and I think it has the potential to be one of those games that sells a lot of copies over time. Now, it is a UE5 game, and as far as performance goes, you know, my performance has been fine. I did have one crash while playing the game, but it's been serviceable. I know some people have had performance complaints. This isn't one of those games that I've been really monitoring the performance counter. I really wanted to be just immersed into the story, and I honestly just let the game boot up, and I didn't load up a performance counter. Could I see like frame rate dips and things like that and notice them? Absolutely. On a 4070, I did notice frame rate dips, but I'm playing it at 4K, so, you know, take that for what you will. But yeah, this is one of those games that I just did not want to spend any time looking at a frame rate counter. Like, I'm not trying to be that. Like, there are times where I'll gauge performance. Mafia the Old Country was a game that I was so excited for, especially from a story standpoint and a world standpoint, that I just wanted to be focused on the experience, that I didn't want, oh my god, 48 frames per second, I gotta boot off the game, I gotta, you know, close this application, I gotta change this setting. Like, nah, bro, I'm not trying to do that right now. Let me just play through Old Country, and then maybe down the line, or after I beat the game, I'll go and monitor the performance a little bit closer. But I'm loving the game. If you want a tighter, linear, story-driven experience, you're gonna find that here. It's a mature story as well, and you know, I can totally understand if you don't want to spend $50 on it, although our friends over at Green Man Gaming use the code AUG15, save 15%, and you'll get it for $42.50, link in the description box below. But I think the game is outstanding, and I would recommend it if it's this type of game that you want. If the barrier for entry for you is the content level of the game, then wait for a sale. But I think at some point, you guys should check it out. I think it's a great game, so definitely would recommend it. But that's my 2 cents on that. Again, mainly wanted to cover the Atelier Ryza story because I think it's absolute trash. I think it's whack. Come on, Tecmo Koei. And Tecmo Koei, again, a lot of their games I love. Excited for Ninja Gaiden 4. Loved Ninja Gaiden 2 Black earlier this year. Atelier Yumiya, happy that they decided to go in a little bit of a different direction and expand it. And I enjoyed Rise of the Ronin for what it was, but come on, these PC versions gotta get better, and you can't be doing stuff like this, where you're offering no upgrade path either. But, you know, again, that's my 2 cents. And Mafia the Old Country I think is great so far. I would recommend it, but you gotta know what you're getting yourself into. And I think most people do realize what they're getting themselves into. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.